This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com. This show is brought to you by Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza, sliceonbroadway.com. And listeners like you, support this show at patreon.com/awesomecast.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.
It's time to get geeky, get awesome. It is the AwesomeCast. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, PA. I am back. I'm back in the chair, and it feels good to be back in the chair and not on a picnic table. That's probably a little chilly right now out in California, amongst other things. But we are back with it, and it is Thanksgiving week. We're going to be getting into what we're thankful, and we're actually also going to be talking about how to help you. A lot of you may be doing a virtual Thanksgiving due to recent events here, depending on where you're at, and we're going to give a little tips since, like, well, we do this pretty often, and maybe have done a virtual something or other with our family members over the last several months of the pandemic and lockdowns and stuff. But first with us, he is the gadget guru of Big Bank International, Esquire. He is John Chichilla, coming to us from Studio C in the big Dormont, PA. Chilla, how you doing?
Pretty good. Not as much fun as you over the last couple of weeks, like with your own portable podcast studio in tow, but hanging out here in the basement's doing me well.
Excellent. By the way, I drove through Dormont for the first time in like a month, and I'm enjoying the new murals that are popping up over there.
I haven't seen them. I'll have to. It's funny because, like, I've very rarely been out, and if I am out, it's like South Hills Village and back.
Yeah. For me, I'm like, how can I take a long way around the block to get back to the studio from 3 blocks away at my house, so the dog feels like he's gone for a ride? And
the few times we have been out for like a distance drive, I feel like it's like apocalypse has occurred because there's barely any traffic ever.
Yeah.
You barely see anyone. It's just, it's interesting out there.
Yeah, it is. It is a little bit, but also with us, she is she has not been on NHL.com this week, to my knowledge. Katie Dudas, the Dudders, is with us.
No, I'm Baby Yoda.
Now you're Baby Yoda. Yes, she's just a walking Baby Yoda meme. We had a distanced KFC night out here on the back porch behind the studio here because we're figuring out where we could do something, and she's like, it was KFC and Baby Yoda all night.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was very Baby Yoda'd out.
Yes. How you doing?
Good. I ventured out of the house last night. I went to Phipps.
Ooh. It's safe to be with the plants.
Plants, yeah. Especially if you go at night, there's no one. Like late, 9 o'clock.
No. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
What time are they open till?
11.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all time ticketing too. So you just buy a time slot. No outdoor winter garden like in the past, but inside's decorated really nicely.
Okay. Have never been there. Maybe now's the time. So since one of the reasons we don't go to things is even before this, we don't like people in crowds kind of thing. So now I've joined that. So I love crowds. Let's just go to a mall and walk around. Now, no, I can't even go to Walmart without a panic attack anymore. So anyways, also with us, she is somebody that I don't know why I don't invite on the show more often. She's in a Slack. I'm talking with her like every other day on there. Amanda Narcisi of boldbgh.com with us, friend of the network here. Amanda, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Just hold up myself. I don't go out much myself anymore.
We're all so close yet so far. Because I think most of us are in the South Hills or not that far away of. Excellent. So just a real quick bite on Bold Pittsburgh. Tell people how have you guys adapted, because you're all about like the things to do on the town. Quickly, how have you adapted to like the lockdown in what you're doing over there?
We transferred everything to becoming more of a lifestyle blog. So we actually just don't cover Pittsburgh anymore. So I've been able to work with national makeup brands and national like household products, that type of stuff. So we actually pivoted into like a larger audience by not just being so niche and local. But I've been happy to still help where I can with the local, shop small, that kind of thing. I did do like a shop small guide. I became an Etsy affiliate this time.
Nice.
So I actually made a Etsy page that you can shop all local Pittsburgh through my site. So it's kind of great if you're an Etsy, if you have an Etsy shop and you're in Pittsburgh, I sought you out and added you onto the page so that you're easily to be found.
Excellent. Do you have Mom Burger's pens on there?
Not, I think he's on the list to go on. I didn't know
Excellent.
he was on Etsy.
Good, good. I'm glad. Yes,
I'll add him.
I didn't know the extent of the whole pen thing until he was on. It was fantastic to have that conversation on here. So, and I understand the pens for Katie are doing very well, or did very well. I think it might be completed by now, right, Katie?
It's going another round.
Another round.
Person.
Well,
I actually know who won it this time, and they donated it back, and it's going to go for.
I was going to say one got donated back to raise more money. That's fantastic. So there you go. Dutters is just the Dutters pen's just been passed around to so many people.
No one's had it in their possession. It's like digitally passed around.
Absolutely. But anyways, this is the AwesomeCast. We're going to have some fun here tonight. You can check out everything on AwesomeCast.com. Hit us on the social media, AwesomeCast at SorgatronMedia.com. Tweet us at AwesomeCast. And, of course, the Facebook page for AwesomeCast and the group. Please join the group. We share stories throughout the week and talk about some of them as we go into it. So it's kind of where I bookmark what I want to talk about for this week, and a lot of other people do that we do include in the show from time to time. So please be there, and that's one way you can be a part of the show by contributing stories you'd like us to talk about. Also, subscribe and rate us on your favorite podcast app, whatever that may be. And also, or you can hit the button. We embedded the Apple embed code in the site. It kind of doesn't work right, but I'm going to work on that. Also, Facebook and YouTube, we have video versions going there. And we are live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm in the right time zone now. And that is live on the Facebook page, on the YouTube page, on the Twitter and Periscope, and on Sorgatron Media's Twitch page. So whatever is the easiest way for you to be a part of that and watch the show, we invite you to do that every week at 7 o'clock. And, of course, they're all on those platforms afterwards for you to watch afterwards as well. And a shout out to our audio partners, our friends at the 405media.com, still carrying us and streaming over there, and our friends at the postindustrial.com, a great news site covering the Rust Belt, and great newsletter, and they've been helping spread the word of the Awesome Cast. So thank you to all of them for helping get the word out there on not just the Awesome Cast, but some other great Pittsburgh podcasts. Thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/awesomecast, our friends at the Coffee Club level, Matt Weller, John DeGore, and John Carmen, and our friends at the Fan of the Show level, Michael Fedor, pghmuseums.org, and Professor Buzzkill is great with that great podcast, as well as Dave Podner. He's on the next line, so I keep adding him. So you guys can support the show too at patreon.com/awesomecast. So let's get into our awesome things of the week. Let's hold off those video game things for a moment. And Katie, that's a video game thing too. Amanda has the non-video game thing. Amanda, you've been looking at a Black Friday and some of the hot deals out there. What's got your attention?
So as I sought out my tech thing of the week, I did fall in love with another video game, but I didn't want you to get addicted to this one too. Like the turtle one, Affinity, but I found a bunch of tech deals, like things you wouldn't think of for Black Friday. And so I thought a few of them were kind of interesting. So for example, Adobe is doing 20% off of Creative Cloud on Black Friday. So if you work in Adobe at all, if you wanted to try it out, it is on sale for Black Friday. But also, if you're not into Adobe, Affinity is cutting all of their programs 30% off, and that is for iPad and computer. So if you kind of want to learn and Affinity works exactly the same as, Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign. They kind of look exactly the same. They function exactly the same. So it's 30% off of each program. So I thought was a really good deal. And then another thing I always stock up on is Grammarly is always half off on Black Friday. The app that helps you write letters, resumes, does your spell check, does everything. For a premium version, it's usually $140 a year. It is 50% off on Black Friday.
Nice.
And if you already they ran a deal in the beginning of Stay Home, about April, they ran a deal of 50% off just to help creatives like alleviate some payments. It will stack. So if you get the Black Friday deal, it will stack on top of that.
Oh, good.
So you can stock your discount. So it's pretty good. And that was just a few of the things. Of course, I've been checking Amazon every single day. Mics on sale if you're a podcaster. They had a whole article, I believe it was TechCrunch today, had a whole article on podcasting things for sale over the weekend.
Okay.
For small business and Cyber Monday and Black Friday. So I thought that was really interesting if you're looking for if you're a podcaster yourself, a new board, new mics. But this was just something like everybody's like, oh, Adobe's so expensive and Affinity is kind of pricing itself. I thought that was a really great deal.
This is the time of year where like it's good to try new, like you get a sale on something like that. It's good to you try out new programs, and I'm sure there's plenty of things I still use to this day. I picked up first on a Black Friday sale or something like that. I saw a message today on a Work Hard group from Ryan Haggerty that cameras are going on sale, and I'm like, nope, not gonna do it, not gonna do it, nope, you can't do that, nope. So it's.
I was fortunate when Prime Days was early this year. I finally broke down and bought an A-Train, but I got it for $8.
Oh, jeez. I clicked the button for a $5 Amazon plug, and I'm like, why did I do this? I talk to Google most of the time. I'm going to give it to my mom because she has the A-Lady and in her car and everything, and it talks to her. It tells her stories. It's interesting. She's got alarm set up and everything. So, but no, that's great. Yeah, this is usually the time of year when I buy video games because they're all on sale for ridiculous prices. So not that I really need to do that with all the subscriptions I've been subscribing to. We'll mention in a little bit here. What is the game? I did play Way of the Turtle. I needed something really just mind-numbing. I didn't care at the time because it's on my trip, and Way of the Turtle was the thing for me. What is the next game? And now this is an Apple Arcade game, right? I'm fine if it's Apple Arcade as well.
It is a free game in the App Store, so it doesn't even need to be arcade. And the Way of the Turtle, it was so funny because I've gotten so frustrated with it that I need to buy a controller. So I'm actually shopping for a controller.
See, I was playing with a controller, and the weird thing is when you hit like a direction, he doesn't stop. It's like, right? Like he doesn't. Like it's made for you to touch and he goes for the touch controls, and that was maddening to me a little bit, and I got the hang of it. But so what is this other game?
So it's called Little Alchemy, and it is actually really kind of cute. It is, so you probably can't see it on my phone is really bright. So what it is you actually create elements. So I was actually thinking of Chilla's son when I was watching and playing with this because it was kind of cool. So you can mix like fire and water and make steam, but you have to compound things. So for example, like to make acid rain, you would combine like the rain and rust, but you had to build rust first. Oh. So it was like this whole thing, and there's over 580 different elements to build.
So this is I just looked up real quick. If you go to littlealchemy.com, there's a web version of it that I'm playing right now live, and you just drag the elements like, okay, earth and obsidian. What do I do with that? That doesn't turn anything. What if I got obsidian and I throw some water on it? And no, okay, that's not it. What was I? Oh, earth and then fire, and it turns into lava.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, this is interesting.
you build it from there. So there's everything from like Batman in there. So eventually you build a bat and you add it to the human and then you get Batman. So it's, and
What?
there's like an alien and there's all these different things. So it's actually really addicting. There is a cheat sheet that will tell you what every single thing is. So I actually had the cheat sheet open, but it was kind of interesting because the cheat sheet doesn't work in the way that you have to build everything. So like the cheat sheet says like bat and man, but yet you have to figure out how to make bat. So it kind of just doesn't, it's kind of interesting, but it's a great new game.
And there is a little Alchemy 2, and it's a little more graphically interesting. I just made a geyser out of, I don't even know how I got here. Let's see, I'll throw steam and nope, nothing happens there. Oh, let's try this. Let's just make another geyser. Okay. Nope. Now I'm just piling things on. I don't know what to do now. So I'm really bad at this. I'm not a good science. That's fun. And downloading as well.
Do you ever does it ever come to an end, or is it like is that the goal to make all of the different things?
Yes, and there's 580 of them.
There's
wow.
There's
Okay.
700. There's 720 in the sequel, from the looks of things.
I'm
Wow.
at 400 out of 580.
Wow.
And it saves your state, so you don't have to start from scratch every time.
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting. That looks like fun. Let me take a look at that a little bit. Awesome. Katie, what's going on in Animal Crossing land?
Turkey Day.
Turkey Day.
Turkey Day. So Animal Crossing, we're getting we just had the update, and we got Turkey Day, and there's some holiday like Toy Day, essentially, like they renamed Christmas, like I forget what's like Toy Day, but Turkey Day is this Thursday. As you know, us in the regular world may call it Thanksgiving, and Animal Crossing is Turkey Day, which is what I've been calling Thanksgiving, I think, for a long time now. So it's cool. But you do get a celebrity chef coming to your island. His name is Franklin. If you've played Animal Crossing and other versions before, you've probably seen Franklin before on Turkey Day, and but he comes in and does some recipes for you. You have to go get some of the ingredients, like green pumpkins and orange pumpkins. Yeah.
So Franklin is a turkey. That's the chef. That's cooking turkey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It's Turkey Day. It's named for him. We celebrate him.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Wow. And
you make recipes. You'll get cards to make crafts and be able to make other like furniture and Turkey Day themed items with stuff around your island, and you're gonna be talking to your neighbors on your island, and they're gonna give you some additional hints to figure some things out for the day. But it starts at 6 a.m. on Thursday and ends at I think 10 p.m. that night. They did put a lockdown on time travel right now in Animal Crossing, so you can't just like sneak in the future and get an idea of what's gonna what's happening or what the cool new thing is. So you're kind of stuck where you're at, and you have to appreciate it when it happens instead of skipping ahead to find out what happens.
What a lesson in patience.
Yes.
I love it. And I don't know if you saw there. I have a story below about some Animal Crossing AR is being applied as well.
Yeah, I almost put that as, I put my first awesome thing, and I was like, oh, for Sorg, and then I saw you later in the notes. I was like, oh, never mind, you saw that.
So tell people how they're going to AR some Animal Crossing here.
So if you have a Pocket Camp, if you're still using Pocket Camp or you've been playing Pocket Camp, you can use the AR in the game now to bring like essentially Pocket Camp to real life. And you can have a little door and enter and bring your friends in a specific room, and you can place it anywhere in your house or wherever you're outside or wherever you happen to be. It's like a fairy door.
I haven't gone too deep into this. Like, can I just like have them like coming out of the door in the studio or something and make that a thing? Or, like,
it looks like it sounds like it's like a fairy door. Like if you open this little door and then inside you have this whole room set up and all your friends are inside or whoever you've invited.
I'm downloading the update now because that looks like it's going to be fun. Maybe that's something that'll be fun for my mom's place. It'd be like, here, you have a little doggy person coming out of this door, kind of thing. So we can play with that while we're virtually Thanksgiving-ing. So, but that's great. So Animal Crossing is still going very, very strong.
Oh yeah, they're fun and stuff to keep us around.
Yes. I'm glad Pocket Camp's still getting some love. So because I think I think we saw that they had a pretty big spike because of everything going on for people like me don't have a Switch or just want more of it, I guess. So, Chilla, you got some Xboxage to look at.
So if you can get your hands on a new Xbox, you can. So part of the new Xboxes are, and I didn't realize this until I was reading about it today. They've officially opened up the developer side of it. All you have to do is sign up for a Microsoft developer account, which is a one-time fee of, hold on tight, $19.
What?
$19. That's right. 19. You can become an Xbox developer. One of the things this allows you to then do is sideload applications. There is no limit to this, and I'm guessing they're probably going to decide not to put a limit on this, but one of the first companies to the table with applications that they've pre-built is Retroarch. If you're familiar with, Retroarch for Raspberry Pi or for a number of other systems, that'll allow you to run numerous emulators on devices. So you can take Retroarch and run, GameCube games. You can run Game Boy. You can run Sega Saturn, PlayStation Portable. It does have a little bit of an issue with emulating 3D hardware, but it does work. And I guess, bring PlayStation 2 to your brand new Xbox you just got.
Oh man, that's the most expensive Raspberry Pi for
I guess I look at it as though, like, if you don't want the hassle of trying to figure that all out with a Raspberry Pi, this isn't that many steps. And $19 is a little cheaper if you already have the Xbox. I mean, I think back to my original Xbox days and doing the old XBMC mod. Being able to run all these all these games on your device, and you're traveling house to house around the holidays or whenever, you now pretty much just have everything in a single kit. So pretty darn cool, considering one of the things that this calls out, you can't play a PlayStation 2 game on a PlayStation 5. Just saying.
Wait, so the Xbox just won out the PlayStation in background
compatibility.
Wow.
Yep.
Huh. That's interesting. That's, jeez. Sorry. I'm playing a little bit with the AR in Animal Crossing right now. I'm trying to put a dog in front of Chilla's face. Anyways, jeez. That's awesome. That is awesome. And that's the start of it. It's only going to get better from here, right? So looking forward to see what comes out from that. So I got a little bit of a streaming update. I got a lot of a streaming update. First of all, I don't know. Do you want the physical thing or the new thing first? Do you want an unboxing first?
Ooh, do it.
So this is actually the second one of these we received. It just came in today. The other one came in I think it had been in by the time we got back last week. So we got a week ago. So this is Stadia. This is the package if you got the YouTube Premium, or we had the story about it 2 weeks ago. And if you have YouTube Premium, they're like, hey, we're going to send you this thing. This is a $100 box with a controller and a Chromecast 4K in it. Now, granted, Stadia does not support officially, although you can load it on it and it works just fine, on the newest Chromecast. So officially, you need to still get a 4K, which is the last Chromecast before. So there's the controller. And much like if you're putting on a Chrome device, This connects directly to your Wi-Fi, so you go into kind of, sync mode, and you do that through, I believe it was the Stadia app. Again, it works kind of like the home app with your Chromecast. And then let's see, in the box we got we got a USB-C for our Stadia controller to charge it, and then there is your. Now I don't have these were the first Chromecast Ultras that I've received, and the biggest difference, this looks mostly like the Chromecast 2s that I have here in the studio. But I imagine the red, it means that it's a 4K HDMI of some sort on the end. Does that seem right? I don't think many of us are 4King around here. Interesting.
In my 4K, I mean, I don't have the Chromecast 4K, but I have cables, and I don't remember them being a different
like red
color.
or something. I didn't know if that
and
was
maybe it means it's compatible with HDMI. What is it, like 2.1
like,
or 2.2?
It's got to be like some indicator of the specified version or something like that, right? And then here's the part that I thought was intriguing is there. So your power brick's a little bit more than usual. It's usually just an USB brick or something, right? And it has an Ethernet port in the power. Since we're dealing with, supposedly you're supposed to use this thing with 4K video, like you're gonna want to plug in that Ethernet for the best quality, right? So that's your connector right there, which also is going to make those Stadia games. So again, we've played Stadia. Missy actually signed up for a trial herself, so she can try things out. She was playing some this game Guilt, where you're like a young girl that like is looking for a missing friend or something, and it's kind of like an adventure-ish game. And so that's been great. Obviously, Stadia's working well. Also, we had a story last week, and I've been playing with a little bit of this, that on iOS, you now have NVIDIA GeForce Now just came over there too. So, and it's a web app. You go to a website, which is, let me get it real quick here. It's not in this article. Is something like play.geforcenow.com, I do believe. And it'll give you the instructions. You have to do it in Safari, not in Chrome on your phone. And then it's an app right on the front page, and works with your Bluetooth controller. And I'm playing Tomb Raider and Rocket League on my phone and my iPad. So that is working. It's in beta officially. The website that you need to go to is play.geforcenow.com. Log in with your GeForce. It'll, again, you makes the link, and then it just basically turns into an app, and you wouldn't know it from anything else as an app on there. So that plays great. Played with a little bit on that on my phone, on my iPad. And then to complete the trifecta of streaming things on my phone. So I got an invite, and apparently I've been getting an invite for this. Amazon has their Luna service that we've talked about, right? It's in beta. You had to put in for some for the beta for it to get an invite, right? If you after the 7-day trial, it's supposed to be. I'm putting away my Stadia controller while I'm talking here. But after the trial, it's like $6 a month. There's a collection of about 50 games. If you want to play 15, it's going to include a bunch of the Ubisoft games, including like Assassin's Creed and things like that. While I was traveling, I didn't realize, because Luna is not really a name that sticks out to me, guys. So turns out I found the email that says, hey, you only have 2 more days to redeem your beta. So I signed up for it, and there's not a whole lot of games on here. There's a lot of games on here that I've seen on like almost everything that's giving out games or a subscription or anything like that. What I did end up playing, though, I really got into. They had Metro Exodus, which I think is the 3rd of the Metro games. I think I got one that I've never gone to that I got for like nothing, like a humble bundle or something on Steam, or I've seen them over on Game Pass on Xbox. But the big game that got me, I spent several hours on Sunday playing a game that's probably about a year old called Control. And this was a game, and actually this will probably load right up on us here. Yeah, you can see the interface loading up, and of course prompts you to go buy a Luna controller because that's the best experience or something. But this is from the makers, several other games. Remedy Entertainment, I'm familiar most with their Max Payne games, and I played all 3 of them, played through all 3 of them, loved the gameplay. Those are the ones with the bullet time aspect to it. I think they were maybe one of the first or one of the best to do it that way. This is kind of the same style, except you're in some nondescript like FBI Homeland Security office, and a bunch of weird supernatural things are happening, and also you're like a telekinetic. so it's going through that process. You're hitting these control points. It's really surreal. There's people like dead people like floating, so it's like it's a little scary. It's a little, you know, it's really interesting as far as that goes. And again, I played this on an iPad for several hours without a whole lot of issues with it. And this is officially in a beta. Looks great. Like it's just another kind of point of like, this is for real, and you can play like these games. And it appears to me to look better than it probably does on my Xbox One as well. And here I'm in it. I just loaded it up like nothing here on my laptop. Now I'm on a MacBook, of course, and stuff's gonna fight me now. But yeah, we got these kind of possessed things coming at us. So, but that gives you kind of an idea there, and you see how quickly that loaded up too. Of course, I'm on some pretty decent internet here at some FiOS here at the studio, but it's been good. The only frustrating thing still is I can play it best at my kitchen table and not many other places in the house. So, but yeah, so that's out there. If it sounds like you might be able to get a beta to that, again, not much, like 2 games. Like I might stick around to play through this game, like at $6 a month, but it's also like maybe a $20 game out there at GameStop. So, but yeah. So streaming is here. With the Nvidia thing, their big headline was Fortnite comes back to the iPhone along with it, because you can officially play it. You know, log into your Epic account and it plays through the GeForce Now application. So, and I believe there's a free version of that too. Maybe you don't get all the bells and whistles, but and I pay like $5 as a Founders thing, and I think that's still the price there. So, Chilla, you ready to throw away your Xbox yet?
Not just yet.
Yeah.
I'm going to hang on to it just a little bit longer. But I saw an article today about, you know, Xbox's next leap being to just as an app on your TV. So
it feels like everybody's heading that direction. Of course, it's going to take a while to get there for, you know, persistently for everybody, but it feels pretty real.
Yeah, I think we're right around the bend from that.
Yep. So I'm gonna have to scale down my subscriptions real quick here. I'm kind of trying out everything right now, but after a little bit, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I can't. I got to pick like 2 of these. And EA Play is part of Xbox Game Pass now. That popped up this week.
And speaking of stacking Black Friday deals, 3-month Game Pass Ultimate subs are what were they down? They're $15 off or something like that.
That's basically a free month.
So yeah, but like Amanda was saying, you can stack those. So there's been times where those have gone on sale, and I'll buy a year's worth, and you just keep plugging in the codes and you get the time. So
yeah, I'm looking at 3-month, usually $45. I'm looking at them over on Best Buy going for $22.99. That's like a month and a half free. So
yep.
I might be stacking up some of these. Yeah, we might be working on that. Yep. Anyways, so hey, you know what's also good stacking? Some pizza. Our good friends at Slice on Broadway, right up the street here, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. See, I didn't load the ad for them, but we'll do that now because I haven't done this for several weeks. But Slice on Broadway down in Beachview, Carnegie, and the East End, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Oh, that's part of the great thing being back in Pittsburgh. That's for sure. Is getting some of them. I didn't get a lot of pizza on the road, unfortunately. So definitely good to be back and getting a taste of that. And also, I understand
hey,
there's
Sorg.
Yeah.
Did you see something moved in next to Slice?
Yeah, there's some new lights next to Slice up here in Beachview.
Yeah, you got a nice market up there. It's called Tim's Corner Market, and I believe it's owned by Rico.
It is.
Our buddy over.
Well, I did ask when I went in, and he's like, yeah, we're open. Rico's over there, the only employee. I'm like, okay. So, and I asked, is there anything other, because it was like it's a corner market. It looks like it's kind of like a neighborhood convenience store. But I understand they are going to have Boar's Head deli meats, and I think they're going to be making sandwiches as well. So there you go. Oh, looks like
that
Do they make
so
do they make
good.
Reubens?
Do they make Rubens? I didn't see the menu yet. What was that, Amanda?
It said that sounds amazing. Like Boar's Head is like the best.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice there because it's where they've at the train stops they've put some new stoppers in there, and they painted up the area, so it's a nice like area to sit now when it warms up, of course. So I'm looking forward to that. If somebody doesn't want pizza, they can go down and get a sandwich or something. So if we do, when we can do meetings in person again, obviously, or very distanced meetings, but a lot of room down there for us to spread out. So give a shout out to those guys at Slice on Broadway. So we got Thanksgiving coming up. Obviously, there's a lot of recommendations. Maybe not doing the big Thanksgiving thing that you usually do. If you do the big family thing, and especially hanging out with your elderly family members or anybody else that has any medical issues with COVID going on. So I thought it'd be a good thing to kind of pick everybody's brain right now and talk about like what should, if I think it's gonna be new for most of us to do it in this fashion, to do some kind of family Thanksgiving thing still virtually in some case. And some of us maybe we're not even going to go to grandma's, and we have to make sure they're set up technologically to do it in some case as well. I know there's been a couple other things, like there was an article in here from Microsoft Teams that said Teams is going to be free, I believe, for Thanksgiving Day. So you have options between that, Google Meet, Zoom, things like that. So I just kind of want to go around, like, has anybody here done a virtual family thing, like for any of the holidays up until now, and have any tips for that, or doing it for the first time?
We did a distanced birthday party for my nephew. We had this was in May, and we did the cake and everything. And I think one of the keys for us was make sure that everybody knew what they were doing in advance.
Yes.
Because it's easy to say, oh, jump on, if you're used to it, jump on a Zoom call, jump on Meet, jump on this, jump on that. But I think making sure in advance you take the time to get in there and make sure everybody knows what they're doing. Sign in. If you've never done this before, sign in with Zoom beforehand. Make sure you have, if you have headphones or something, that makes it easier for sure. But if you have more than one person in your area, you're going to have to use your computer speakers. And I think another big thing is just keeping the numbers low, because I think there's nothing worse than knowing that there's about 40 people on a Zoom call. No one's getting a word in edgewise, and it's terrifying to anybody who's done a Zoom call or any sort of meet like that.
Yeah. We've done. I've been a part of. I know my mother attended a Zoom wedding. I helped conduct a stream of a wedding over Google Meet. We did do, I can't remember what we did this for. Was it a Labor Day or a birthday or something like that? Because we had we did have my sister and my brother come from their households virtually, and my mother, and I can't remember what that was for. Easter maybe, I guess. But thankfully everybody in my family has, like, well, they know FaceTime, they know this, and was like, okay, download this app. Like everybody's fairly technical know-how for us. So, Amanda, you have any tips for you've been remote for a while. You've been doing the calls and such. Any tips for anybody doing first time virtual Thanksgiving?
I just have a fun background. I thought this was always a great topic. You can, if you're crafty, you can go get like PVC pipe and actually like build a background in your house that the kids then can come and like dance for grandma or do something fun, like that kind of thing. Because there's stuff like the kids are like, oh, let me play you my clarinet, and like they're in the front of like the TV or something. Like, just build something fun like that. Or there's all these virtual backgrounds that you can download. There are so many. I was in a Zoom call in the beginning, like in April, and I had The Office behind me, the TV show The Office. So it looked like I was sitting in the conference room of The Office.
Nice.
I had Carrie Bradshaw's apartment from Sex and the City another time because we were doing trivia and we were doing TV trivia. So I put myself in her apartment. There was a bunch of them that you can download. I was on the deck of like an Air Force carrier that said Top Gun. There's like a ton. Like, just to have some fun with it. I think if you kind of don't have a place in your house to sit and kind of be a part of it, they're very easy to upload onto Zoom. There's many tutorials out there on how to download one and then put it up in Zoom. So I just think that's always fun. And there you go. I couldn't figure it. I just saw Chilla's background change.
Chilla, go, say something over there so we can see it.
Oh, you can, so I have actually a collection of Tony Stark's different armories and garage. I have the cockpit of the Millennium Falcon.
They're just ready to go, right?
Just they're always on the ready.
This is how you
for whatever I'm on.
This is just how you get through the workday, isn't it?
Yeah, and unfortunately, I didn't realize, because I know you're not a huge fan of backgrounds, but I actually have them like a portable. I have that Velcro on the back of your chair green screen.
Okay.
That works pretty well.
I haven't. Wait. I haven't seen those.
Fade in.
It attaches to your chair.
Yeah, it's like it's in the pack right now, but yeah, like it's like a green screen. It's funny. I can make it disappear.
I love how it sucks into the. If you're on audio, it's like it just disappeared out of the background. It's just giant green sack. They just like pulled out of thin air, or out of an Iron Man suit.
Now I can't get it to come in. Whoa, it's like I'm a hologram. So it actually like pops out into a big circle, and then it Velcros around the back of your chair.
Okay.
So you can actually have like a. I don't have a lot of space here.
And it kind of folds into a circle. We've used those before, but I've never seen ones with like the chair attachment for this kind of situation.
Yeah,
that's great.
But for the holiday, the thing that's worked well for us though is just taking the computer and plugging it, old school HDMI style right into the TV, with the same speaker puck that Christopher and I used on the show not too long ago.
Okay.
And just used like all three of us on the couch.
And that was like a conference call speaker puck that you're using, right? Yep. I mean, you have this because that's what you're using for work. So
yeah, but those you can get a decent one of, as long as you're willing to deal with like the old school wired USB.
Yeah, you
can get a nice one for not too expensive, a lot cheaper than like a decent mic.
Okay.
And then we like it because what we quickly found was everyone kind of wanted to be on their own device, but all be in the same room, and then everyone's getting feedback.
Yeah.
So by doing it, hooking it up to the TV and everyone being on the couch together, it kind of gives you the best of both worlds.
Absolutely. We did when we did ours. It was Google Meet, and we attempted to get dinner done at the same time. It didn't work out too well. So everybody just was on the same page. I think that's what a lot of people are thinking is like, well, we have to have Thanksgiving dinner together, right? But I think you could also kind of like, hey, we can do watch-alongs for the football game or something like that you always end up watching afterwards. So if that's your thing as a family, and I don't know if there's any good things for the, like, I know Amazon was doing a watch along, I think it was Disney's been doing some of them, but for like I want to watch like the football game on NBC or in the afternoon or something like that, or the Macy's Thanksgiving parade, I need to watch that together with my mother. So
what are they doing for that this year? Is it like
I just watched this morning, I just watched the news report on it this morning. So they're doing it all virtual. There'll only be one block. So it's only going to be right in front of, on Herald Square. It's going to be only right in front of the Macy's building. Most of it's pre-recorded, but they're still going to have the balloons just walk that one block. Most of the carriers are now in go-kart, like golf carts. And it's just the balloon, and then that's it. It's still 9 to 12. The two hosts from the Today Show are still going to host for all the hours, but it's all virtual. Nobody will be actually in the square except for... They said maybe like 50 people as a production crew. Other than that, nothing.
Are they still doing like the Broadway Macy's thing on the one channel? Or is that the one? I just know
I'm
one,
not sure.
one's like more parade, and the other one's more like this is going to be like the Broadway performers in front of Macy's, on the square there or something.
I think they're going to do a combo this time. I think the way they were describing it was going to be like a combo, like because they were showing dress rehearsals last night. If you go to Jimmy Fallon's Twitter feed, he actually posted a video of him performing last night with the Roots.
Nice.
Like out there in front of it, like rehearsing. So it was pretty cool. I think it's cool what they're doing. At least they're not like, forget it, it's off this year.
Yeah. When you can do something. And I worry what's going to happen with the locals, because I think there was a Thanksgiving parade that happens over the weekend here in Pittsburgh usually. In other towns.
Celebrate the seasons.
Yeah. So, and obviously light up night and all those things are off the table from what I understand. But there's still going to be some of the big trees. I think if there's any drive-through like a lighting situations, they are going to be packed, just like your Chick-fil-A drive-through, or actually every drive-through. Starbucks is insane. So, Jude.
I was in Ogilvy last week. And on Thursday night. So on Thursday night, I was actually about 5 minutes from Ogilvy, and you could see the lights like on the horizon, and it was just packed on a Thursday night.
Jeez.
Like the person I was staying with, they said the owner of the Airbnb where I was said Friday nights were like hours to get into it.
Jeez. Wow. And I remember waiting a while when we went. I haven't been there for years when I was younger, but. That seemed like a hell of a wait then. So, oh boy.
Oh, I think something else is, I think a lot of people don't think about combining technology. Like we played, for example, some of us played Rocket League and had a Google Meet at the same time. So we were able to watch what we, play what we were playing, but we were still connecting like this and, able to talk to each other. And so combine your technologies. If
Absolutely.
you have Hulu and you want to watch a movie, talk to each other.
That was a big deal because we were getting you for the first time on there for Switch since Rocket League became free. So if you're looking for something that's not like a first-person shooter that people can play along with and tell them, hey, would you like to play soccer but with cars? Then there's that idea. Katie, I know you attempted to but had issues with Jackbox, and we played some of that here in the studio from time to time as well. But that's another one where you can combine. And it's a little bit of somebody can have these are quiz games and party games kind of things if you have any of the Jackbox games. But the idea is hopefully you have one person that will stream it to Twitch, right, or Facebook or whatever you want to do, and then you take your phone, go to jackbox.tv, plug in a code, and it'll pull up all the questions for you to answer by, or however the game works from there. And then again, do your FaceTime or Zooms or whatever voice or video chat you want to do with people on hopefully another device. But that usually works out pretty well, and we've had a lot of fun with that, right? So
yeah, with Zoom and Google Meet, you just have to be the presenter. So you share your screen like you would if you were doing a presentation, but instead you're playing a game where you could play it as dirty or as clean as you'd like.
And that's everything from it runs on your computer and you just capture it if you bought them off Steam, and look for Jackbox to be probably on sale this Black Friday as well, especially now. I know I picked up over the summer, they had everything on sale, and I picked up every You Don't Know Jack, not realizing they don't have the online features. So when everybody can come over and we can play some quiz games until then. But no, there's a lot of good options there. So open everybody. And if you have any creative solutions you came up with for your Thanksgiving weekend, please let us know too on our social media. And we'd love to see that. If you have any images or anything of how you wrangled together a virtual Thanksgiving here. And I know a lot of our tips, if it includes like the speaker, like Chilla mentioned, there's maybe not enough time since everything's supposed to close tomorrow early with everything. But I'm sure, we all have technology, especially if you're listening here, I'm sure you got a lot of technology around and see what's on hand and what's easiest. So we usually like to do a little bit of Thanksgiving, giving thanks on our shows here on the Tuesday before Christmas, and of course for that, what are you thankful for this year? I feel like this is what's bailed us out a lot, to be honest. What are you thankful for this year in technology and awesome things for the year heading into Thanksgiving? Does anybody want to go first?
I'll go. I mean,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go.
No, you sure?
Yep.
So for mine, it has definitely been Animal Crossing for me. in a world where I've been stuck at home, dealing with dealing with breast cancer, and then in being unemployed on top of it, death and COVID, the combination is not good. 0 out of 10 would not recommend. But for me, Animal Crossing gave me daily tasks that I could complete from the couch, which was great and made me feel like I was actually doing something, even though it was just, maybe chopping trees or doing stuff like that. But it gave me a feeling like I was doing something, an accomplishment. I went in with a list. If I was stuck on the couch all day, I went in with a list on the game, and I'm going to do these things. And I did them, and I was like, I feel like I did a thing. And then being able to connect with my niece, who I wasn't, I haven't been able to see as much as I would like, and being able to visit each other's island, and we FaceTime and play together. So again, combining technology, so it's kind of a bigger thing for us. And one of my favorite pictures that pops up every so often on my phone is of her and I watching fireworks, sitting in a chair with our balloons, virtually watching fireworks in Animal Crossing. And I think that was just so much fun for both of us, and making the best of the situation, obviously.
I love it. Yeah, no, I've been loving to see all the fun stuff you've been coming up with Animal Crossing, especially with your niece over there. Amanda, what are you thankful for this year?
I wrote my I broke down and got the iPhone 12 Pro Max.
And that was upgrading. What are you upgrading from?
An 8 Plus.
An 8 Plus. That's where I'm at right now. So.
The funny thing is, if you actually look on Bold's Instagram, you can see clearly when I switch. You literally can see a difference in the photographs. And the thing is like, I'm super thankful for the way that it's brought me new creativity. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm shooting more video. I'm shooting different. I went on that trip on Thursday, and I took 250 photos and videos. Just in 24 hours.
Jeez.
Everything from had it on a tripod with my watch, to filming videos, to live streaming the entire time I was there, like different things like that. It was just, it brought out a lot of creativity, as well as connecting. I think the last few weeks, my 8 Plus, the battery was gone. It was full. It was everything, like everything that it was like time. And I was like, well, but it brought me more creativity. And I think that's what it was. Like, I also, like, my iPad Pro, the same thing. Like, it's just whatever brings me creativity this year, I feel is what I'm thankful for. I think, like, the tech that's been able to have me drawing again, or making videos or photography again, I think that's important to me.
AT&T keeps calling out to me because they've been running a special where if you trade in, you get a pretty deep discount. And the 8 Plus is now a $700 discount. And if I'm getting it, I'm getting the Plus Max one with all the half gig and everything like that. So I don't know. I'm fighting for it. I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I can get another year at this. I can get another year at this.
I'm biting my tongue, but I did it 2 different ways. I ordered mine through Apple.
Of course.
I ordered my spouse's through AT&T.
Okay.
So, and I did trade-in on both.
Okay.
So both situations were super simple. The discounts were huge on both, and I feel like it was seamless. Like, I mean, they showed up on launch day, like, to my house, and with a tracker on them and everything, to where I could watch the truck pull up to my house. And like,
I need to get over the idea of I don't like trading in because I want to keep it kind of thing. And I really should kind of get over that, probably. I also feel like it's still useful, So
I agonized over it the entire day until finally, like, 7 o'clock at night. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to order it. Mm-hmm, and I ordered it on launch day, and it arrived the day it was supposed to.
We'll see. I don't know if I'm ready for adding on even discounted another payment on my AT&T bill right now. So, what about you, Chilla?
Mine kind of goes along with the tech to provide creativity, but also connectedness, if that's a word. We do find ourselves more often that we probably exponentially surpass the number of voice minutes we use with video minutes now, whether it's video, FaceTime with family, Zooms with family, connected, over Xbox, whatever. Anything that to me kind of keeps us connected, but also passing the time in a relatively constructive manner has been is really what I'm thankful for. It's also, in the beginning we weren't really good at it, and it kind of caused some heartache.
Yeah.
Birthdays and missed events and things of that nature. I'm not saying we want this to go on forever, but it's definitely made it, palatable. And it's made every day a little easier. So that's kind of what I'm thankful for.
That's good. I mean, that's a big thing. I mean, we hope we're not stuck like this forever, but at least we know we can do it if something like this were to come up again for any reason. So you never know. So my awesome thing, along with all those, again, I'm kind of big on the connectiveness, interconnectedness, and the technologies have definitely closed a lot of those gaps that have been opened up from everything that's been happening. But obviously, one of the Instacart has been nice to me because, again, like I mentioned, I can't go. I didn't like going to the grocery store before. It's just a maddening, always been a maddening experience to me. And I was already looking at, just like, please Amazon one day, please Instacart, please Walmart, please Postmates, please just let me get my stuff done, play a little bit more video games, and I can, and we're good, right? And I can get my tacos. I don't know. Even to the point where there was an announcement, and I just happened to need something. It actually didn't even work out in the long run when I was trying to do the shows on last Tuesday here at a campsite. We didn't rent a car. We're just going to stay at this campsite for 2 nights, just to be completely detached. And then it was like, oh no, I'm running out of internet. I need a dongle to maybe do something this other way. So I needed like the camera kit dongle for my phone to see if I could get my Zoom to work with it. It didn't end up working out. But still, like, Best Buy is now on Instacart. Walmart is on Instacart, Target, things like that. And that's been a really big relief for me to not have to do those shopping chores week to week and navigate that on top of everything else going on, that we could be a little more separated from everybody. My mom literally does nothing but go to the office, which is fairly distant, and go to Walmart during the senior hours in the morning, and she still got this thing back in July somehow. So I mean, that goes to show, at least that side, like, maybe that's not quite as safe and everything. So it's good that those options, and of course there's people going out doing it, but at least they have a job and and everything. So, but those kinds of options on top of the technology, on top of things like that, have been really great for that. So, yeah. So it's not been it's not been an awesome year, but at least there's been a lot that has helped us through it, right, guys? So. On that note, Amanda, she's still doing awesome things over at boldpgh.com, of course. And anything coming up that people should be looking? Did I mention Yinzer Bartender when we were talking about it before? Because that video popped up on the front page, and I forgot about that one.
Yeah, so we're filming 5 episodes this week. So we're going to have Christmas and holiday episodes of Yinzer Bartender, our new YouTube channel that we launched during this whole stay home, how to bartend basically at home or have a home bar. The podcast is returning next week.
Woo!
We finally locked down a new format, some new items in there, so we'll be returning next week. And we're doing pizza reviews on the blog and a lot of new fun things. Oh, we have a whole new shopping area too. So you can come buy things that I've created, and we have a whole new area that you can shop for my partners and affiliates, and super discount codes in there, like stuff that you can shop for. So
excellent. Go check it out. And as I noticed in the icon on the bottom, go read it on Apple News.
Yes, we are on Apple News now. You can just search for Bold Pittsburgh in Apple News and read us every day.
I need to do that. I'm doing that right now. Katie, anything going on with you other than just enjoying the holiday virtually?
No, I don't think. I feel like there's things, but I don't know what they are.
Like, there should be. There's a lot, but a lot of nothing, but a lot, right?
Yeah, I feel like I feel like occasionally things pop up and I'm like, oh, that's a thing, right? Yeah.
Awesome. Kate Marie PGH on the Instagrams.
Yep. K-Dutters on the Twitter.
Fantastic. At Chilla on the Twitters.
John Chichilla on the Facebooks. I'll be eating turkey and taking a nap.
There you go. At Sorgatron on the everything. Yes, everything. Even Rocket League. I'm all the things. All the things.
So Rocket League, is that cross-platform?
Yeah. Oh, that's what we're talking about. She was on Switch. I was on GeForce Now. A couple people were on PlayStation. We have people on Xbox. Yeah, it's fully across the board, sir.
I'll go grab it on a couple of devices. So I saw you guys mention it, and I don't think when you guys were doing it I could make it, but if you guys are doing like a late night Thanksgiving or over the weekend, let me know.
We'll see where it is. We'll see where we're at with stuff. I'm a little busy, unfortunately, this weekend, but I'm like, I can't play Rocket League with anybody. Maybe Thanksgiving night. We'll see what happens. Also, I'm kind of maybe want to put together a squad for Fortnite and try that out if Chilla's up for it. If anybody.
I would do that. I can come in via Xbox. So
there you go. I don't care where.
Or Switch.
I'll probably be on NVIDIA. So. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. It's been, I'm thankful. I'm also very thankful for you guys in the audience that have been supporting us and dropping in and listening every week throughout the year and through the craziness. So thank you, everybody. You have been our awesome audience. Have an awesome week. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.